Hey guys, welcome back to my thing. Welcome to Shopping Thursday again. And look, I've found $2 for what is essentially a shot glass of passion fruit. You know, they actually have to make them in this size because if they made them any bigger, the people that consume it would just get too passionate. They'd just love it too much. It'd be insane. So I was just having a look at the salts and things, and I realized that they've got Himalayan salt. It tastes like the Himalayan. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wait, what's this? Chipotle salt, what? So this is my groceries for the week. We've got some meat, some raro, some rations, some chocolate hidden in underneath there, and of course, Mountain Dew. Welcome to Thursday, the 7th of July. Thursday, of course, being International Shopping Day of the Week. I'm going to start a new weekly video for Thursday. From now on every Thursday, after I've gone shopping, I will show you all the most impressive piece of my haul. This week, a lighter. I need it. Just to reassure those of you worried about my health, I know I drink a Mountain Dew every day and junk food a lot, cigarettes constantly, but you'll never kill me off and I'll never die, because I have a max revive. But genuinely, I had really poor health as a child. I personally had chickenpox 7 times. I never met anyone who had it more than 3 times, but true story. Outside of illnesses and sicknesses, on the other side of that coin, I never had any problems with accidents or injuries. See, I've never broken a bone before in my life. And I mean, even with the day-to-day risks of something like driving a car, I've never had any real accidents. Only the occasional ding here and there, but that's no biggie. I actually put off learning to drive late into my teen years, about 18, because I was terrified at the concept as the driver, if you get distracted for 10 seconds, you can die. But yeah, before I used to have this car and before I used to drive, probably back in my young childhood years, I used to actually get around on a scooter. I was one of those kids. Yeah, speaking of my old scooter days, does remind me of the one time I did actually injure myself. It wasn't that serious, but I hurt myself with a scooter. So when I was about 9 years old, I lived on a street that had a big roundabout at the bottom of a hill. And on the middle of the roundabout, they had this big tree growing out. Now, it wasn't really a big tree, or a big hill, or a big roundabout, but when you're 9, everything looks huge. So, me and my friends used to ride our scooters down that hill. So one particular afternoon, I'm hanging out with 2 of my friends, and we're gonna ride our scooters down the hill, around the roundabout, and about the street, and just have a good time. So I decide that I will go first, and I leave my 2 friends at the top of the hill, and I go riding down the hill, being a big hot shot. But I realize I've started to pick up speed. So, on a scooter, the back wheel has a metal flap above it that you use as the brake. So I've got all this speed, I put my foot down hard on the metal flap on the brake. And the fucking metal thing just like breaks off, like the brake breaks. It fucking snaps off and fucking ping, ting, ting up on the road behind me. I'm looking over my shoulder like, oh God, where's my... So when I glanced over my shoulder, I could actually see the brake bouncing away up the road behind me. I'm looking back in front and I realized I wasn't looking where I was driving. I've lost control, I've got too much speed. I hit the edge of the roundabout with great speed and the scooter goes flying out from under me. I go cartwheeling through the air. I fly knee first into a loose branch sticking out from that tree. And as I hit the branch, it just pierces through the skin of my knee all the way down. The wound opens and the skin dangles open on both sides, blood everywhere. I've got a scar you'll never see on Snapchat. So my friends come running down the hill to me and they're like, oh my God, are you okay? What happened? I'm lying on the ground in a bit of blood, like crying, like, get me my parents. And I think I might have blacked out more or less immediately after that. I don't really remember what happened next. I probably went home, drank some Mountain Dew. Parents probably gave me a Band-Aid, let me watch TV. So that's the story of the best accident I ever had. Tell me your accidents and the best accident you ever had. Actually don't, I don't really care. But just subscribe to me instead, that'd be good. And hopefully soon I'll tell you all more of my medical record stories. Because as a child I had all sorts. They wanted to do surgery in my ear and a doctor said I had Lyme disease. So subscribe to my YouTube. It's the best way to stay in the loop with all of my stories. I have a lot of stories yet to tell. When I was about 20, I got myself kidnapped on accident.